This part of the conversation is around, are you really backing police? And I wanted to play this because congratulations to Jack. He asked the question that every interviewer needs to ask at any stage ever to this government when there's a financial question. And that's, yeah, but what about that $3 billion to landlords, right? And this is where it starts to go downhill really seriously. He honestly tries to sell the point that, you know, police officers are renters, so this is good for them, rather than we can give them lots of extra pay.
Talk about the fiscal constraints, and obviously governing is about choices. Those changes to landlord taxes that your government announced, worth $2.9 billion, what message do you think it sends to police when in the same week that you announce almost $3 billion in tax changes to landlords, you insist you don't you insist that you don't have any money for them for anything better than what they describe as an insulting pay rise?
We levelled the playing field because rents in this country have gone through the roof under Labor. And by the way, police officers, a lot of them rent homes, and we don't want their rents going up. And that's why we've taken steps to make sure that people aren't...
Yeah, do you get that, Chewy? So the reason they're giving $3 billion to landlords is because police officers rent homes. That's why. Although in saying that, we haven't seen any evidence or any results with downward pressure on those rents yet, have we?
Fucking damn right. So yeah, his whole argument here is we don't need to give police pay rises if we bring down their rents and their grocery bills. And guess what? Neither of those fucking things is happening either. But landlords, their margins are getting fatter. It's something you didn't need to do.
So here's, here we go. I'll just bring this story up off the top. So following his logic, this is now a reason for them to go after the banks, because some police officers have mortgages. And we're being told now about the number of struggling Kiwis pleading with banks for understanding, looking for mortgage holidays. So if he's going to use the excuse that some of police officers are rentals, so we're not going to give them money, we're going to put downward pressure on their rent, what are you doing for the fuckers that are owning their own homes, Mark Mitchell? What are you doing for those guys? Because we can use the same logic and go, cool, now go after the banks. But I bet they won't, Joey. I just bet they won't.
I mean,
what message do you think it sends police? When you say we don't have any more money for a better offer. This is the best offer we can put you. But in literally the same week, you say, and here's $2.9 billion in tax changes that'll benefit landlords.
So we're making changes through the economy, Jack, so that so we start reducing costs. We want to reduce inflation. We want to reduce interest rates.
Imagine if we put that $2.9 billion straight into police pockets.
We want to stop rents going through the roof because a lot of police officers, nurses and teachers rent their homes, and we actually want to stop those rents from increasing. So
do you think,
there's a whole range of...
So just think about that. If rents went down, like in this Narnia hypothetical parallel universe he lives in, by 10%, and they're saving $50, $80 a week versus a $10,000 pay raise. But, you know, much better off, he thinks.
As a government that we're taking to try and provide some fiscal relief to Kiwis.
Do you think then that police would prefer for those landlord changes to come in, $2.9 billion in tax changes, than for them to have a better pay offer?
Well, look, my attitude is I think police need to feel that they do have a government that backs them, and we do.
I understand. So my question though, do you think police would prefer to have $2.9 billion in tax changes benefiting landlords, or to have a better pay offer?
Well, I mean, that's something that you'd have to ask police, but as a government...
Well, given they described your pay offer as insulting, what's your sense?
But as a government, Jack, we are making a whole lot of changes in the economy.
No, I understand what you're doing, but to my question...
Chewy, you missed your opportunity. No one said they're good changes. No one said these changes are good changes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Minister, to my question, what do you think police would prefer? $2.9 billion in tax changes to benefit landlords, or a pay offer that they didn't think was insulting?
Can I just have a moment?
If you answer that question.
Need a moment.
A whole fucking moment,
again, I just said to you that that's something that I cannot answer. But the answer that I can give you is this, is that as a government, we are committed to getting our economy back on track, reducing costs for people, for giving them tax breaks.
Yeah, these are all points, but they're not
but I am answering your questions. Police officers are going to get the benefit of the fact that...
Because you're literally fucking not. The question was, do you think police officers would rather have the $2.9 billion to them or to landlords? You're literally not answering the question.
We're trying to cap rentals. Police officers will get the benefit of the fact that we're going to there's going to be a tax cut.
Well, police officers are landlords. They'll get those benefits.
Police officers will get the benefit of us trying to reduce inflation. Police officers will get the benefit of us trying to reduce interest rates. And on top of that, we have stretched ourselves as far as we can. In good faith, we've found $250 million more to go into the pay round. We've gone to paid overtime, which is the first time the police have ever had that.
If I was a cop watching this, I'd be fucking furious.
That's a 12th of the tax changes that you announced for landlords.
That is a substantive offer for us as a country. When at the moment we've come in as a new government and we're having to deal with a terrible set of books.
Blame Labor.
Nicola Willis
blame Labor. Blame Labor.
She is burning the midnight
She's going to be with us in a couple of weeks.
Blame Labor. Blame Labor. Warning. Whoop, 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 whoop. Blame Labor. I got caught. I couldn't do anything else. All the holes have been seen, so blame Labor. Blame Labor. There's a couple more to go, bro, but you go for it. Yeah, I think what you just said, but people missed it. I'll repeat it and give credit to you. If I was a police officer watching that, I would be furious. I would be furious because he is literally, not even basically, he is literally saying police officers should be happy that we're going to put downward pressure on their rents. Haven't seen any evidence of that yet. That we're going to get inflation down. That all these things in society, rather than a pay advance that they don't find insulting. I left that bit out of the conversation. Jack Tame read out what the police said about, or the police, group, lobby group, whatever, wrote about the offer, and the word insulting or patronising was in there, sort of thing. So
yeah. It comes back on this lie that National have built, that somehow if they let landlords get some of their tax back, that their rents are going down because the landlords will be so grateful, and they will somehow turn their nose up at increased profit.
Free money.
Like every businessman ever will go, no thanks, I've already got enough profit. It just doesn't happen. The things that push prices down is increased supply in all cases. More competition, more supply, lower prices. No one wants to do that because everybody's got their retirement fund tied up in fucking housing. Not any proper investments. We're also not going after the banks. We're extracting an enormous amount of money from New Zealand every fucking quarter. We're not going after the supermarkets either for doing exactly the same thing. But the cops are going to be stoked because of this bunch of fairy dust, this bunch of unicorn farts that is National's economic policy. Oh, the rents are coming down. So now the cops are happy that they get paid bullshit for all this extra dangerous work we're asking them to do. That man, that the least inspiring person I have ever seen, is in charge of the police and corrections. That is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I would be scared if that man was in charge of a drinks trolley.